like, doctor, I'm going to die. He said, no, you're not going to die. Ha! Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. What is new? My name is Celestina Egu, and if you're coming to my channel for the first time, you're welcome. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like this video. But if you're already a subscriber, take a seat, let's chill. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. This is our very sit down sit down and talk with me video. I have never done this kind of thing before, so yeah, let's get right into it. From the title of the video, you already know what I want to talk about, but I still do not even know where to start from. Oh my god. Okay, so I got married on the 18th of November 2023, and a month later, on the 20th of December, I found out I was pregnant. I don't even know where to start from, how to explain everything I went through. Okay, when I found out I was pregnant, I was not really having any I wasn't really having any morning sickness. No, nothing. My life was still going on like that. Was still going on well. Like, I was still doing my normal house chores, living. So then came Christmas Day. That day we're going to have like a lot of guests, and I cooked, like, I made a lot of food. There was jollof rice, pepper chicken, fried rice, there was drink, everything, and that was on Christmas Day, on the 25th of December. Then on the 26th of December, I just noticed that I started getting nauseous. Like, I was just vomiting and vomiting and vomiting. Like, I really did not know. I don't know if it was the stress from the day before that triggered it. I really don't. If you ask me, I don't know. But I was just vomiting and vomiting. Guys, little did I know that that is just the beginning of my problems. Fast, like, my whole first trimester, like that first 3 months, I wanted to die. You see, every pregnancy symptom, there's no one that I did not experience. I experienced everything. But those first 3 months, were torture. Like, I was vomiting. Like, I couldn't even eat. I lost so much weight. I was vomiting. If you're in the kitchen, if you're cooking something, I might be in my room. But that my room there, I can perceive everything you are cooking in that kitchen. And the thing is going to make me nauseous. And the thing is going to make me want to throw up. Oh my god. Vomiting, smell, fatigue. I was weak. I really couldn't even do anything. And I was like, it felt like I was dying, because I had never experienced something like this before. It legit felt like I was dying. Guys, and I was also spitting. That spitting, I was spitting like from the first day of that pregnancy till I gave birth. Even, in fact, fun fact, as they were wheeling me into the theater, I was with my cup and I was spitting, because I had a special cup that I used to spit. You can imagine. I experienced everything. Swollen feet, my feet, they would be swollen like this. I was like, what is going on here? Back aches. Oh my god, I had the worst backache. My back aches like as if I went to farm. But I didn't even do anything. I've been in bed all day, and yet I am experiencing this. Like, it wasn't really funny. That was my first trimester. Then we moved on to my second trimester, and then that I feel like the time I even enjoyed, like when I got like a little break during pregnancy, was in that second trimester. It wasn't really, it was still bad, don't get me wrong. It was still very bad. But it wasn't really as bad as that first trimester. That first trimester, I couldn't even do anything. It was terrible. But at least I started getting myself slowly. Or when I thought I had myself, third trimester came with its own wahala. That was when like the back aches. Oh my god. That was when like it intensified. Like it was just horrible. It was very horrible. So that's the pregnancy journey. Like I experienced everything, the vomiting, spitting, nausea. I couldn't even cook. If I'm cooking, I'll be taking breaks to go and vomit. Breaks to go. Oh yeah, I add salt, I'll go and vomit. I add maggi, I'll go and vomit. I add ugu, I'll go and vomit. It was terrible. So fast forward to the day I was to give birth. I was not really feeling. I was, mind you, I gave birth on a Thursday, but I was booked to go see my gynecologist like next week Tuesday, like the next week Tuesday, yes. But I gave birth a Thursday a week before. So the day I gave birth, it was not really planned. Yeah, it really wasn't. But I had just been from the night before, from on when, yeah, I gave birth on a Thursday, but from on Wednesday, I have been, Wednesday night, I have just been sick, throwing up, vomiting. Like normally, I used to do all these things before in the pregnancy, but this one, it's just as if it became more intensified. It's as if my whole body was leaving me. And mind you, somebody that suffered all these things in first trimester, you think, oh, the third trimester, you get a little break. But no, when I was vomiting, it's as if, oh, like I am vomiting like everything in my, guys, at some point, what am I even saying? I was vomiting bile, you know, that green stuff. Oh god. If you've ever tasted like that, if you've ever tasted bile, guys, that thing is so bitter. I was vomiting every morning. That was my routine. I was vomiting. But the day I gave birth, it's as if all the whole bile wants to leave my stomach. I couldn't keep any down. I couldn't keep any, sorry, I really couldn't even keep anything down. If I eat, I'll vomit. If I eat, I'll vomit. And my husband was not like, "Ugh, are you sure you're not gonna just go to the hospital and see the doctor?" Because I thought we've passed this stage. And I was like, oh no, don't worry about it. I'm scheduled to see my gynae next week Tuesday. He was like, but you're already sick like this now, why don't you just go? And I was like, okay, no problem, I will go. So we went together. So went to the hospital, we were opportunity to see the gynae, and then we just explained like, I'm sorry for saying we, but yeah, we got, my husband and I, we carried this pregnancy together. I just explained how he was doing me, and like my BP had been rising like throughout the pregnancy. I think my BP, the lowest was 130/90. But as the pregnancy was, you know, will I say growing? But as we're continuing in this pregnancy journey, it started rising from that 130/90, 135, 140. At some point, as of the day I gave birth, like that Thursday morning, my BP was 160/100, I think. So when we got there and we just explained to the gynae, oh, see, he was like, you said your BP this morning, if your BP this morning was 160/90, it's not good, there's a problem. And what I, then he checked my BP again this morning. Then he checked my BP again in the hospital, sorry. And you people, to the glory of God and to the shame of the devil, my BP was 120/80. I'm like, my BP that was 160 100 this morning, how could it be 120 80 now? The guy was like, I don't know, or could it be malaria? I was like, I've treated malaria 2 times in this pregnancy, and if you guys know, malaria is very dangerous in pregnancy, and for me to have treated it 2 times, that's for you to know that this pregnancy stressed me. I saw what's my, like, I see plenty things, my people. I see plenty things. Well, like, I told him that even at my last antenatal, they gave me drugs for malaria. That it can't be malaria. I was like, okay, no problem. Let's check the fetal heartbeat. That is the heartbeat of the baby. And then we checked, guys. And the heartbeat, my baby's heartbeat, was actually dropping. Like, it was low. It was low. And then the doctor was like, nah. This is not good. This is not good. And he was like, okay, madam, I hope you've packed your hospital's bag, because we are going to operate on you today. It will not pass today. If I send you home with this your BP and with this your baby's heartbeat, if you are to go into labor normally, you're going to have, it's going to be 50-50. Yes, those were his words, that it was going to be 50-50. And I was going to have seizures while I'm in labor. Yeah, so it's either I live or I die if I go into labor normally. My brothers and sisters, right there and then, I started crying. The doctor was like, why are you crying? I was like, doctor, I'm going to die. He said, no, you're not going to die. My husband was like, doctor, don't mind my wife. My wife is very scared. She gets scared easily. She's the national women, like the chairwoman of fear. And the doctor, I think he was quite professional. And he when my husband said that, he looked at me and was like, madam, don't mind your husband. Me too. I also used to fear. So don't mind your husband. But there's nothing there really. Your results aren't good. Your BP is high. Your fetal heartbeat is dropping. There's protein in your urine. There's glucose in your urine. Like, it's not good. We have no other choice, madam. There's really nothing there. You have to give birth today. I was still crying. Then during our consultation, a senior gynae walked in, and my doctor just kind of like explained what was going on to him. And he turned to me again. I was like, madam, there's really nothing there. Nothing is there. That he knows one woman that has given birth to 6 children through CS in this Abuja. I'm like, I'm going to die. He said, no, you will not die. I said, I'm going to die. He said, no, you will not die. So, like, after he assured me that I was not going to die, after he assured me that I wasn't going to die, I felt a bit, strength came from nowhere. Let me just say strength came from nowhere. Like, I felt a little bit better, and I was like, okay, yes, I am ready for this, I think. So it was like, okay, just go around, run some tests, do some this. Oh yeah, you husband, go get the baby's bag. We're like, okay. So we did some tests, did some blood work. While I was waiting in the hospital while my husband went to get the baby's bag. Because mind you guys, we didn't plan to give birth today. It was very much unplanned. So yeah, he went to get the baby's bag while I was still in the hospital. And what is the name of that? I'm trying to remember the name. Is it? No. Those people that administer anesthesia. So yes, he came to meet me, and he was like, oh, this is what I'm going to do. He checked my hand. It was like, do you have vein? I'm like, Kinene, what's going on here? What do you mean, do I have vein or what? I was shaking my hand. I was like, ah, yeah, Oga, don't choke me injection more than once. So I hate it. Don't choke me. I don't like it. I'm like, if you choke me more than once, I'll stand up and leave that place. That's what I was telling him. He was like, ah, don't worry, madam. We're very professional and we know what we are doing. I said, okay, no problem. So they took me into my room, they inserted their cannula, that thing that they normally put in on the wrist when you go to the hospital now if they want to put drip in hair. They set up my cannula. My husband was still getting the baby's bag. And then the nurse came in and they were like, ah, they are going to insert a catheter. I was like, catheter? I'm like, no, I'm not going to stay for that. It's very painful. Hey guys, if you don't know what a catheter is like, mind you, I'm not a medical practitioner or anything. I'm just going to try to explain it the way I know it. I did not study medicine in school. So it's like a tube, it's like a long rope, but at the end of the rope, there is a bag. They're going to insert it in my so that I could pass urine, because after the surgery I won't be able to stand for a while. So they were going to insert it there so that I could pass urine. I was like, ah, won't it pain me? This thing that you people want to do is gonna pain me. They're like, no, madam, it's okay. I was like, oh, no problem. And they inserted their catheter. To the glory of God and to the shame of the devil, it did not pain me. Had it been that thing was painful, me and the nurse, we for put leg for one trouser. But then again, we're still waiting for my husband. Another nurse came. I was like, where is your husband? Where's your husband? I was like, he's coming. I was calling my husband. I was like, babe, they are ready to push me to the theater, because it was really an emergency C-section. The more time I wasted outside, the fetal heartbeat was dropping. So I was calling my husband. My husband came. When my husband came, he dropped the bag, and we're like, oh, we forgot to add baby's formula, because once I come out from the theater, I won't be able to feed my baby. We need baby's formula. And then he went to get baby's formula, and then another nurse came, opened my baby's bag, brought out the clothes she would wear, what she used to clean the baby up. And they were like, madam, are you ready? We want to wheel you to the theater. I was like, he will? But my husband is not back. He went to get formula. I can't go without seeing my husband, because this might be the last time. God forbid, but it could be the last time. And I want to see my husband before I go. So I kept calling him. Then he came back when he came back to the hospital with the baby's formula. And I was like, babe, they want to wheel me to the theater. And he was now like, okay, let's go. So they wheeled me there. My husband was with me, and then I changed into my hospital gown and everything. So it was not time to enter the operating room. My husband now told me, madam, this is where my power reach. You're on your own at this point. And we just kissed, and was like, see you on the other side. And I was like, okay, babe, no problem. Sorry, guys, I had to adjust my seat. And I was like, okay, babe, no problem. So I entered the theater. Then the person that was supposed to administer, what was the name of that injection that makes you not feel anything? Is it anesthesia? The person that was supposed to administer the anesthesia was not like, okay, madam, you're gonna sit up straight like this, I'm sorry guys, but I'm just gonna demonstrate a little bit. It's like, you're gonna bring your hands together like this, you're going to strong your back, and immediately you feel that injection, just lie down and stretch your legs, because if you don't do that fast, like you won't be able to move again, because you're not gonna feel anything, and you really need to lie down if they're going to operate on you. So I was like, okay, no problem. And I followed his instructions. So he administered his injection, and I just went, like, immediately he administered the injection. I just did what he told me to do, and it was okay. And then my gynae came in, and they clocked in. I really couldn't feel anything, and I really couldn't even see anything they were doing, but I was awake. Yes, that's the thing. I was awake, but I couldn't feel from my stomach to my legs. I couldn't feel anything. I couldn't even move my legs. I remember when he administered the epidural, and he was like, "Can you move your legs for me?" I couldn't move my legs, and was like, "Yeah, good. You're not gonna feel anything." So they were busy doing whatever they were doing down there, and I was just like, "These guys." Literally, I was looking up, and at some point, if you've ever been to the operating room, you know that the place is too bright and they have plenty kinikon. So I remember looking up, and there was one um equipment up there, and I could see what they were doing to me. Blood of Jesus. The speed at which I looked down there, I was like, hey. So they were done, and they brought my baby to me. And they were like, okay, look, what did you give birth to? I was like, I gave birth to a baby girl, because they needed me to confirm what I gave birth to before I say, oh, they'll switch my baby for me. They shall ask me, what did I give birth to? I was like, I gave birth to a baby girl. And they were like, okay. But when they brought my baby to me, I wanted to start crying. And I just had to remember, I was like, madam, hold yourself, for no tears here. If you start crying now and your own BP now goes up, now they will not have medical emergency. Madam, hold yourself. So when I saw her, I was like, okay, don't cry. Okay, so I held myself, and then the nurse, I mean, was it the midwife? Yeah, she now asked me, who would I like her to give my baby to? I was like, she should please give the baby to my husband. He's waiting for me in the hospital room. And they were like, okay, no problem. So they removed my baby, they stitched me up, and they wheeled me back to my room. Guys, I was so cold. Like, after the surgery, I was literally shivering like this. I covered myself with blanket. I couldn't even talk. Mind you, I still could not move my legs. I couldn't even talk. My teeth was so my husband was still scared. His friends, our family were like, aren't you happy? You're a father. My husband was like, yes, I'm a father. But my wife, why is she not talking? Why is she doing like this? My husband was still scared because I was not responding, because I was just like, I couldn't even talk. I just lay down. And they were like, don't move your head up. If you move your head, you're going to have headaches. And the headaches are going to be consistent for like a very long time. I think he said like for the rest of your life. So yes, I just tried to obey what they said. But so far so good. Healing has been great. My baby is 6 months now, because I gave birth in August of 2024. We thank God. Healing was a gradual process. I was not allowed to have my bath for 2 weeks, guys. Like, water, like how you I wanted to speak pidgin. Am I allowed to speak pidgin? You know how you enter under the shower, or if you're using your bowl and bucket to have your bath. I wasn't allowed to do that because water was not allowed to, or water is not allowed to touch that incision they made, or where you had surgery. If not, your stitches will open and they'll have to stitch you, and that's going to be more, stitch you back, and that's going to be more painful. So I was just cleaning my body for 2 weeks. Yeah, what else again? They gave me a lot of drugs, guys. Whew. Is that drugs? Like after the surgery, I was given a lot of drugs. I was like, oh, I cannot do this thing, but I just have to. They gave me drug for infection, gave me for BP, they gave me antibiotics. I just have to take your drugs. I just have to take the drugs. Guys, always take your drugs. Like, if you've been through what I've been through, don't go and throw your drugs under the bed. Take your medicine, guys. It's for your own good. So yeah, that's it. And as a first time mom, imagine that, the first time mom, and that was my experience. But I thank God. I thank God for everything. I thank God for like the way He orchestrated it. Sorry, I thank God. There's no safe delivery is mother and child. They are doing fine. Doesn't matter if it is a V bath or a cesarean section. As long as the mother and child they are doing fine, that's what really matters. Anyways, guys, we've come to the end of this video. I can see like this video is very long. It's 25 minutes long. It's been a while that I shot like a very long video. So that's it, guys. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Okay, bye guys.